Ballerina is an inspirational movie about a talented young woman who dedicates her life to the art of ballet and tours the world living her dream of. Wait. Are you serious? Well, I seem to be mistaken. Turns out this movie is John Wick murder porn.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the Grail Guys presents Cinema Jones and the Last Movie Crusade. I'm Sir Robert of Red Ford.
And I'm Sir David of King Palace Place. Something.
This is the movie review channel where one of us reviews a movie and then the other one decides if he chose poorly or chose wisely. We rate our movies on the Grail Scale.
Our very strict and scientific criteria.
From low to high. What do we got first, David?
On the low end here, we've got the Paper Flixie Cup.
Shitty and disposable.
Next up, the Red Crimson Party Cup.
Also known as the Han Solo Cup.
Oh,
Flimsy, but reliable.
not bad. Right in the middle here, we've got Mom's Blue Dinner Glass.
Nice looking, reliable, and utterly average.
Just like Mom.
After that,
The Ceramic Beer Stein.
handsome, decorative, very sturdy.
You know what that reminds me of?
Us?
Us, you know.
Finally, at the high end,
The Crystal Chalice.
the holy grail of movies.
Behold its splendor.
What did you choose this week, David?
This week, I chose Ballerina. Ballerina is a blood-slick pirouette through the bullet-strewn back alleys of the John Wick extended murderverse. It's got flamethrowers, grenades, and a cozy little murder village that would make Hot Fuzz blush.
How can this be for the greater good? Shut it!
And holding it all together like elegant duct tape is Ana de Armas, who glows like a murderous Disney princess on a revenge bender. The movie kicks off with Eve, the daughter of Assassin Land's Romeo and Juliet, targeted for kidnapping. Dad goes full discount Wick and murders his way through enough henchmen to save her, but naturally bleeds out for dramatic effect.
The greater good.
Shut it!
Enter Winston, the favored hotelier of the underworld, who drops her off with the Ruscaroma, the knife-wielding ballet cult from Parabellum led by Angelica Houston. They adopt Eve, then subject her to 12 years of interpretive murder, kicky-punchy training. We linger a long time in the setup, between the opening home invasion, Winston's introductions, and the training montage. I started wondering if this was secretly a prequel to Black Swan 2. Bitch slaps and bayonets. I'm all for character development, but come on. Let's trim a few pliés and get to the point where someone eats a grenade. During training, Eve is told,
You will always be weaker. You will always be smaller.
so fight like a girl.
Cheat.
Stab them in the throat with a bobby pin. Tell them their shoes don't go with their outfits. Or something like that. I actually like this moment. It adds realism, it's practical, but it also reeks of studio notes. You can almost hear the execs whispering, quick, tone down the unrealistic girl strength before the Twitter trolls label our lead an overpowered feminist warlock. Keanu is out here bouncing bullets off his sleeves like he's back in the Matrix, but this is where we need to ground things in reality? Speaking of suspension of disbelief, can we talk about the big confrontation between Eve and John teased in the trailers? They fight, he wins. They fight some more, he wins again. Like 50 times this happens. And after punctuating each of his victories by telling her to just walk away, eventually he says, all right, fuck it. Go kill everyone in the next 20 minutes and we're good. Then we have Gabriel Byrne as the Chancellor, who should have been terrifying. Instead, he kind of delivers information in the least threatening manner possible. This man was the goddamn devil, but here we got suspicious grandpa. I wanted menace. I got a guy trying to decide which fiber cereal to go with. Now that we've clawed through the gripes, let's talk about the good stuff. Fight scenes? Everything you expect from a John Wick movie. Stylish, brutal, beautifully choreographed carnage, just like Mom used to make. With the blue dinner glass.
Yummy.
The world building, still sharp. Expanding the Rusk aroma and the assassin cults was a fun ride, even if it was a bit sluggish at times. Ana de Armas? Wonderful. She stares daggers, she throws daggers, she shoots a guy right in the dick. She radiates vengeance and exasperation in equal measure. And by the way, did I mention she shot a dude in the dick?
She did.
Is Ballerina as good as the core John Wick saga? Of course not. He's the fucking Baba Yaga.
You're him. The one they call the Baba Yaga.
That's like comparing a side quest to the big bad boss battle. This isn't the main course. It's a blood-soaked hors d'oeuvre. A tasty little treat in the Wick-verse buffet. If you love the world of Wick, you'll find something to enjoy here. And if not, well, go rewatch Chapter 4 and get hyped for the Kane spinoff. Anyway, if you liked this review, throw us a bone. Hit that like button right in the balls. Ana de Armas shot a guy in the dick.
I've heard.
Subscribe for our gloriously grandiose and gratuitously garrulous vast variety of verbose movie reviews. Flood the comments with details of everything we got wrong. Did Ballerina earn her standing ovation? Or was it just a spin-off doing interpretive dance in the shadow of a legend? I give Ballerina a rating of Mom's blue dinner glass, filled with water, but maybe a nice lemon wedge. 3.1. Now let's hear what this guy has to say about it.
You have chosen wisely.
I enjoyed the movie. I don't think I would give it much more of a rating than that, but these kind of things are a guilty pleasure for me. I don't go in expecting high drama,
Right.
Fantastic plotting and incredible metaphors and allegories of life. They're essentially
You going for murder?
we're going for murder porn, as it does that really well.
Yes.
I thought it was at least as good as the other John Wicks. They're all essentially repeats of each other.
Right.
I agree. Ana de Armas was fabulous. It's fun to me as a Spanish speaker to realize that her name essentially means Anna of the Guns, or Annie gets your gun, if you want to be a little more liberal with your translation. One of the first action scenes has got, again, an Asian heroine in trouble, and then the gang of Asian heavies who she kicks the shit out of. If I had one complaint about the choreography, is that I saw some obvious misses in that sequence that I didn't expect. The rest of the action was really dope, and they try new things all the time. The flamethrower, dueling flamethrowers in the standoff, it was very artistically done and very, very slick. The hand grenade, throwing a whole box of hand grenades at dudes. Yeah, there's the slamming the guy behind the door, blowing him up, which then creates a hole in the wall, which she gets out. And
Jumping over the table, pulling the table down behind her, and putting a grenade in the guy's face. And all.
all of that was really, really good. And I honestly laughed more out loud in this movie than any of the other John Wicks. There was a couple of really funny bits. The guy who's named Frank by his name tag and says, "Can I be Frank?" All right. Laughs right out loud at that one.
Yeah.
The scene where there's a gun on the floor and she tips over a table of plates because it's in a kitchen.
Right.
And so they tip over a table of plates and spend the next 5 minutes picking up a plate and smashing the other one over the head with it just to really find where the gun is. Yeah. It's under one of the plates. That was very good. There was a bunch of moments like that I thought were very funny. And I don't remember laughing out loud at any of the other John Wicks. I agree about Gabriel Byrne. He was just, like you said, it was like, where's the menace? He's just, I tend to be disappointed by him. Ever since The Usual Suspects, I don't really think he's done anything good. He was just kind of boring, even in Vikings on TV. And I think he's an overrated actor at this point. And it couldn't have been anybody. My gripe with the tone of the movie is that they really make a big deal about saving little girls from this life, while they simultaneously completely glorify this life for
Yeah.
right? It's like, is it great because they're so good at it and it's something to achieve? Or are we trying to save girls from doing that greatness? It's like, pick a fucking lane here. It don't need to be preached to by murder porn. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of the style, they want it to be noirish. detective thriller kind of vibe that they're trying to get at. That's also encouraged by the what I call deco punk aesthetic, where it's in these classic hotels and they use a old switchboard,
Right.
which is stupid.
And all the operators at the switchboard are made up to look like it's the 30s.
Right. It's like here's Florence at the switchboard from a Dashiell Hammett story. But then everybody still gets their shit on their smartphone. It's not like somebody picks up a black ringy-dingy phone from the day and, Sedgwick 1094, this is, no, so why, really? The sets, right? The village, murder village, right? It's like, okay, one of the stupider things are the actual number of assassins on any given street, any given place, there's always a nightclub, right? There's always a nightclub that you and I couldn't get into.
Right. When the updated bounties go out, the number of people that are checking their phones to see the new bounty in all these public places.
Everywhere. Right. In all of the John Wicks, it's like that goes, just like waiting around. 50 out of 100 people, there's 50 of them are assassins.
Yeah.
In a way. And in the nightclub, like the whole thing popped off and nobody stopped dancing. Nobody noticed. Nobody fucking cared.
Yeah.
Usually this happens. It's a theme in movies. This happens. They go to a nightclub. They could put some club music, people dancing, hot girls, everything. But then they usually like it makes chaos, right? There was no chaos. They just like went on. It's the thing.
Right.
And honestly, the worst part of all these movies is fucking Greasy Canoe Reeves. Why delivering his lines like Frankenstein in a coma? But God, get a fucking haircut and wash it. For how much money do you gotta make before you can wash your fucking hair? And the beard, he looks like someone shaved the top half of a werewolf. What? I just don't get it. And then you literally every line is like this. Let me tell you, no one talks like this anywhere. It reminds me of Clint Eastwood because it's kind of that kind of character, right? But even Clint, who can't act, and never could really act, at least he did it with a little bit of elan. You kind of got it, and he seemed like a guy. He seemed like a real guy talking. Whenever John Wick opens his fucking mouth, this movie needs to just stop.
Or you could walk away.
Your choice. It's just it was the worst part of these movies, honestly. But I enjoy them. I'm gonna do the same thing. Give this a 3. I give it a 3.4. I'm gonna play a Rolling Rock in Mom's beer glass because I enjoyed watching the movie. Didn't really
Getting mom tipsy. If you enjoyed John Wick, you're going to enjoy this.
Yes.
All right, there you have it. Ballerina, 3.1, 3.4. Like and subscribe. We do this every week. Watch a lot of movies. Shit on some of them. Like some of them. Definitely have opinions on all of them.
So you don't have to.
You're welcome to, and let us know your opinions in the comments.
Please do.
And we very well might just tell you why they're wrong. Bye-bye.
See you next time. This is the movie review show where one of us review.
I'm going to reboot the shit out of it.
Attractive.
Serve like all the moms. Subscribe for our gloriously grandiose and gratuitously garrulous vast variety of verbose mute move. Fuck, right at the fucking end. All that shit that the fuck it up on the end, come on. The great are good.
I don't get it.
I'll put a clip. Have you not seen Hot Fuzz?
No, it's Hot Fuzz.
Oh. You're in for a treat, my friend.
All right. I do like Hot Fuzz.
That's definitely going in there.